What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream here regularly as well as on Twitch, so make sure you come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by My Music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name Aftersound, and I just released a new single called Run, so check it out. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. Okay, guys, I wanted to share with you just something quickly here that Matt had mentioned in the town hall chat, and he's actually been quite active in this yesterday and maybe a little bit today as well in terms of just answering a bunch of questions. So obviously the town hall is not for another couple weeks, and if you guys want to go and get some of your questions answered now, you can go do that. I've seen him and Investigator jump in, and I'm sure some of the other team members have hopped in as well. So this question was in this answer was in response to a question about like potions in survival mode, and I'm actually going to do a separate video on that. But there's one line in here that is important because I've been saying it for a while, but it's just, you know, well, let me just jump into it. He says, I expect the next big DEC sync will be Conclave Arcana. Now, again, I agree with him 100%. I think it's interesting to get his perspective and almost confirmation on this now. And I don't mean to make this like a negative thing about all of the other stuff that's releasing, right? There's going to be Land 1.75, which could be a decent DEC sync. But I don't think that this is Matt saying like Land is going to flop. It's just, I think he and I are thinking the same way about Conclave Arcana. Like Conclave Arcana is going to be like multiple billion DEC worth of demand. Again, just looking at the pre-sale is like over 4 billion DEC if that ends up selling out. And I think, you know, hopefully in the throes of a bull run in the next couple of months, Bitcoin's, you know, flirting with 100K again. I do think that there is a chance we could see that, especially since we saw a lot of bullishness for Rebellion during the bear market. And then Rebellion actually did quite well. It's holding its value. It's underprinted. And I think a lot of people will look at Conclave Arcana in a very similar way. So that is the hope, right? But the reason I'm highlighting this is once again just to show, right, this is the major thing, right? This is what's going to get the flywheel started in action. There's a lot of things that the team is working on, and I'm not even talking about marketing, right? That's on top of it. But you know, the team has validators. Well, it's not really the team, although I'm sure they're going to work closely with the developers producing or releasing validators. There's the mobile app. There's Land 1.75. There's survival mode, which again I'm excited about, but it's not necessarily like a DEC sync. I think it's going to clean up a lot of the extra cards. And then what else do they have? Oh yeah, new player experience and adding a bunch of things there. And then of course number 6 was going to be Conclave Arcana, which at this point is, you know, they're targeting to try to get out in April. So nothing in those first 5, if we even get all 5 of those before Conclave Arcana, is really going to push the needle. Now, that being said, I do think that there are other ways in which we could see SPS start to rise on its own. Just if it's, you know, rising tide raises all ships, we start to see Bitcoin move, altcoins move. I think that'll be fantastic. There could be other areas in which, you know, I talked about like the reverse flywheel if people start burning DEC for energy, although I think Glint is really going to eat into that quite a bit. So there is that. But you know, finally, like this whole thing is going to be, the flywheel will get started. There is almost like a rough date for when that will be. And we know that it's going to eat up more DEC, right? So again, the only reason I'm sharing this is because like seeing Matt say it out loud, and again, I'm not trying to call Matt out or anything. It's just like, but seeing him say it out loud is very much like, okay, I feel comfortable kind of, you know, echoing the same sentiment. I mean, I've been saying the same things as him, right? But now I'm like, okay, I think Matt and I are on the same page of understanding that like there's a lot of exciting stuff happening, a lot of things that will be launched by the team, new game modes, new features or expansions, right? So whether it's survival mode or Land 1.75, again, those have the potential to do a lot. But ultimately, it's going to be Conclave Arcana that's going to come in and use up billions of DEC. Now, the hope is that we get survival mode and we get, you know, Land 1.75, and they start to churn through a lot of the excess DEC out there, hopefully pushing us closer towards peg, so that when we actually get the massive demand driver that comes in, there's not as much DEC around, so we burn more SPS, or more SPS is bought off the marketplace and burned, and that ends up being a net positive, right? And something that really adds rocket fuel or gasoline onto the fire of this SPS flywheel. Now, the final thing that I'll say, and I've been tracking this separately, so I'm not going to get into it here just because I don't have the numbers in front of me. The team has around 300 million DEC remaining in their coffers, with hopefully no plans to get any more, right? Because obviously Conclave Arcana should be coming out. But keep in mind that if we continue at that pace, that's going to run out sometime late February, maybe early March at this point. But it's, we'll have to wait and see how things shake out with that, because if that ends up happening, we could see the team start to buy DEC off the marketplace, or maybe even buy SPS off the marketplace if there's not enough DEC around. So that being said, that's not a DEC sink necessarily, but it would be a DEC demand driver, which would help to, create a lot of buy pressure on DEC for the team, just to be able to knock out back-end transactions for credits. So that's where things are at. Again, just want to share this with you guys. If you wanted to jump into the town hall chat, see what else Matt had talked about. I may do another video or two just based on some of the responses that he's given here, just because he took a lot of time and was somewhat in depth with his answers. But that's all I got for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.